What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. In this video, I'm going to be doing a penetration test with my 416 Ruger, and I'm going to be shooting at a solid steel master lock. And I've done this test already with my 300 Remington Ultra Mag and my AR-10 chambered in 308. And if you're not familiar with the 416 Ruger, it's a Safari cartridge. It can generate up to 5,500 foot-pounds of muzzle energy out of a 20-inch barrel. And so this is the rifle I'm going to be using. It's a Ruger M77 guide gun. And I have an Athlon 1-to-6 power scope on this rifle. I have some custom tritium night sights that were made by Tooltech Gun Sight. And I also have this cartridge cuff made by Mason Leather, and I have a discount code in the description below this video if you're interested in picking up one of these cartridge cuffs. Great way to hold extra ammunition, and these loops are really perfect. They don't hold the ammunition too tight or too loose, just right. So the ammunition I'm going to be using for this test is some hand loads. So I'm going to be using a 350 grain brass solid, and I push those to around 2,650 feet per second, which is right around 5,500 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. So this is one of the bullets I'm going to be shooting at that solid steel lock. Okay, and the other bullet I'm going to be shooting at that solid steel lock is this 400 grain Hornady DGS Dangerous Game Solid. This is actually a steel bullet basically with a small lead core, and the lead core is actually a hard lead. It has a lot of antimony in it. So this is basically like 60% steel with just a little bit of lead towards the base to give it extra weight. And that 400 grain DGS I can push to around 2,400 feet per second, basically duplicating the Hornady factory load, and that's right around 5,100 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. And I'm going to be shooting at the lock from about 50 to 60 yards away. So I want to see how many shots it'll take to bust the lock open, and I want to see if these bullets will actually punch clean through that solid steel lock. It's about 1.5 inches thick, and it's solid steel. And so far, between the 300 RUM and the 308 tests, they didn't penetrate through the whole lock itself. So I wonder if the 416 Ruger, with its massive energy and insane penetration, will be able to just cut right through that solid steel lock like a hot knife through butter. So let's get started. Let's see what happens. And if you're interested in seeing my other 416 Ruger videos, I've done probably dozens of penetration tests with the 416 Ruger, so check out my 416 Ruger playlist. And if you're interested in more of my reloading content, check out my reloading playlist. So let's get started shooting. And what do you guys think is going to happen? Take a guess. All right, guys, first shot, 416 Ruger versus solid steel lock. Looks like we hit high, but look at all the material it took out. Took that huge chunk out. Absolutely insane. So I think I'm just gonna hold it a little bit lower and take another shot, but that's crazy, guys. Look at that. That is insane. Feel good on the back, so let's take another shot. 400 grain DGS. All right, guys. Our second good hit on this lock with the 416 Ruger, and look at this huge chunk of metal it took out from the lock, but the lock is still intact. Look at how it bent that boron shackle. That is just crazy. Just took this huge chunk of metal out. Still hitting a little bit high. I want to get it like right in the middle here. See if it can't punch through. But that's pretty impressive. Wow. So let's hit it again. I'm going to aim a little bit lower, and I want to get it right in the middle. See what happens when it hits the middle. Back of the lock looks pretty good. But 2 direct hits from a elephant gun with steel jacketed bullets, and it's still holding up. I bet if I just hit it like once right there and took this piece of metal off, it would probably open up. Still a little bit high. And the bullet hit that boron shackle and just broke apart. So it didn't really get to go into the meat of the lock. So let's hit it again. I'm going to hold it even lower. That's just crazy, guys. Absolutely insane. Just bent this lock. Just ridiculous. The amount of force to bend one of these boron shackles is just immense. Just insane energy dump. Look at that. So far the back is clear. Wow, look at that. That's insane. Bent like crazy. All right, guys, finally hit the lock in the meat of the lock. And look at the destruction. It completely destroyed the key mechanism there. Didn't actually punch through completely, but you can see this dent down here. Check that out. That is just impressive. I had to play around with my zero a little bit. I just re-zeroed the scope I'm shooting with, so that's why it took me a few shots to get on target, but man, that is just crazy. Wow. Absolutely insane. But this lock is holding up pretty good against steel jacketed elephant gun bullets. Absolutely insane. Ridiculous. Looks like it cracked the metal right there. Cracked the steel. Wow. Wow, guys, I am really impressed by that 350 grain brass solid. Look at this. It just passed through the entire lock. Look at that. You got pieces of brass there. Look at that exit hole. This is the first time I've done that with any firearm I own. I've done this test with 300 Ultra Mag and 308. But this is the first firearm that I fired at one of these locks that was able to penetrate through. Check that out. That is just a crazy exit hole. 350 grain brass solid, hand load, 5,500 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. Look at that, guys. That is just insane. Passed through the entire lock. Absolutely insane. And the way that that brass looks in there just looks really cool, how it kind of smudged off into the lock. That is just crazy, guys. So I want to hit it again. I'm going to aim a little bit higher. I want to hit it like right here. But that is just crazy, guys. I'm going to try to hit right in there with the 350 grain brass solid. Oh man, this is crazy, guys. I was getting ready to set it up again, and looks like that second hit with the 350 grain brass solid split the whole lock in half. Look at that. That is absolutely insane. Looks like it just passed right clean through. Look at that, guys. So it looks like those brass solids are more devastating than the DGS. Wow. Can't wait to do some armor testing with these loads. But that is just absolutely ridiculous, guys. That is just, I just can't believe that. That is just ridiculous. Wow. I mean, it just split this whole lock right in half. I should have started with the 350 grain brass solids Would have probably saved some ammo, but that's okay. I was hoping to shoot at this lock with the 400 grain brass solids, but looks like that's not going to happen. Let's see if we can find the other half. I don't know where it went. That is just ridiculous, guys. Absolutely insane. I cannot believe that that second shot just split the whole lock right in half. Yeah, I can't find the other half. Could have went anywhere. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't see it over here anywhere. Oh wait, I think I found it. Wow. This is just insane. Unbelievable. Look at this. Wow. Oh, and look. You got that key mechanism inside of it. That's crazy. Wow. Look at that. Looks like that second 350 grain brass solid just punched clean through. That is just insane. This was the first one, went right there, and then the second one went right here. And it just zipped right through the whole thing. Look at this little exit hole here. Cracked the whole lock right in half. Wow. That is no joke, guys. Literally 2 shots is all it took to split this whole lock right in half. Both of these brass solids passing through like a hot knife through butter. Wow. Let's see what they look like together. Just want to show you how far away I am from the target. So I had it set up right there. You know, this piece of the lock flew like 25 yards. So these were our 2 hits with the 350 grain brass solid. Absolutely insane. It actually split the steel right there. That is just ridiculous, guys. Here's the back of the lock. Absolutely insane, guys. Wow. So if you want to bust open one of these locks and you got a 416 Ruger, get some 350 grain brass solids and shoot it once or twice in the middle and it'll just split the whole thing right in half. I don't even think those DGSs really did anything to the lock because they just hit like up here and down there, so I don't think they really weakened it much. But the 2 hits with the 350 grain brass solids did the trick. So that is just absolutely insane. I can't believe how much power the 416 Ruger has, especially these brass solids. Just utterly insane. Here's the other piece. Wow. Solid steel. That shackle bent pretty bad. Wow. Look at how it bent. Twisted it. Wow.